series of lectures you're about to see are designed to help you in your proposal writing skills during the research summer school. The objective of this lecture is specifically to assist you to understand what are the best practices for proposal writing and to help you fill the proposal and the different components of that proposal with ease. In writing a proposal, there are some components you have to fulfill. More specifically, whether you're writing that proposal for the research summer school or for your own university or perhaps for an NIH when you become a famous researcher, that set of components include the title of the proposal, the background, the objectives of the study area and setting, the study subjects, the study design, the sample size, sampling technique, data collection methods and instruments used and measurements, data management and analysis plan, ethical consideration, work plan, and budget. Let's take the first component of that proposal. That is usually the title of the proposal. Remember that the title of the proposal should convey the maximum amount of information about your proposal, since the reviewer will be reading that title the first thing, as well as containing few number of words. We usually like a title to be between 10 to 15 words. The second important component, and perhaps the largest of your proposal, is called the background section. Some other people would call it introduction, and others would call it literature search. Whatever the naming of that section, you need to learn that that section should convey all the information that you know about the topic of interest. So the reader or the reviewer of your proposal might be able to judge your ability to conduct the research. There are main components of a background section, and those are what we'd like to discuss with you now is how you actually could do the citation for your search. So you have went to the internet, you have done the literature search, and now you would like to cite your bibliography in your introduction. Usually there are very specific formats by which you can cite the papers or CDs or books or any information that you might rely on putting in your introduction. The question is usually how we cite these documents, and the answer usually is up to the organization that you're writing a proposal for. Most of organizations would require you to write the citation in APA form or IEEE, so it really depends. Now what we'd like to show you how citation should be actually done. Now that you're done with the citation and you're able to summarize how you're actually referring to a certain document or identifying where you have got your information. Now the question is, what do I do with the information that I have read in preparation for doing the introduction that I'm about to write? Well, we like to suggest for you a format that you could use to summarize this information. It's a simple format where you can actually just build a table where you can write the title of the article that you just read, and then you pick some of the information mentioned in this article. Things like sample size, things like study design, the objective of that article, and perhaps a summary points of discussion or comments. Now that you have learned how to work with citation and you've been able to cite the sources of information that you're actually planning to use in your introduction, the next element is how you actually write a background section. Again, background section or introduction, it's the same thing. So a background section should convey all what you know currently about the topic. It should also convey some of information of what you're planning to do or why your study is important. To do the background section, we like to think of it as a sequential process where you start with an outline and then you flush that outline to a full-fledged written background. Well, an outline usually, we like to think of it as different components. So you could start with your background as an introductory component, then you come to the body of that background section, and then to the conclusion. So there are about 3 main components in any background that you'll likely write in a book, or you write in an article, or you write in a proposal. Just to repeat them again, the introductory part of that background, and don't mix between an introduction and introductory part. And then you have the body part about that background section, and then the conclusion. These are the components or key characteristics of a good objective statement. Well, we like that to be measurable. Obviously, you can measure it in some quantity. Achievable, realistic, and timely, and specific. الزنة هذه هتطلع و you cannot take it out. So this area there will be a graphic. You can go back a little bit more. There will be a graphic. So